Hi, it's Dr. Payne, and I'm on here to tell you guys my story. And this is going to be brief, but I'm part of a training, and it's going to help me define my why. Therefore, you can understand what goes on here and what I'm offering and what I'm about. So, my story. Okay, so I'm an autism mom. I define myself as an autism mom because when my sons were diagnosed, and especially my first son was diagnosed with autism, it completely changed my life and it shook my world. So I'm the youngest of 5 children. My parents were loving, wonderful parents. My sisters and brothers, for the most part, I have to say they're lovely and wonderful siblings, and I grew up, very, very happy. In fact, I was known for being so energetic and so happy all the time. I sometimes rubbed people the wrong way. They were like, "Oh, you're so happy." In fact, high school friends, some of them are on here, will comment to you that, like, literally, I'm that person that was full of sunshine in the morning. So my mom always instilled in me, you could have anything you want, and just to work hard and to be good to people and believe in God. And so I grew up just those things were my truth, and although I knew bad things happen to good people and good things happen to good people too, I just held the belief that if you worked hard and if you were a good person, if you tried to be a great person, that you would get what you want out of life. So I finished high school and I got to college, and I actually love college. College blew me away. I love the freedom, the flexibility of thought, and the ability to choose your own path. And I had a mission. Like, I knew I wanted to be a doctor right away. At first, I thought about dentistry, but really, I found myself in the chiropractic because my mom had always gone to chiropractors her whole life, and the chiropractor was the only one who ever got her better. So she had a back injury and had surgery and everything. And my mom was an active mom. I mean, like, she ran, she played tennis, she was just a great role model. So her being able to go to a chiropractor who healed her through their hands and who really helped. Hi, Eilette, how are you? Who healed her through their hands, what inspired me to go into that profession. So again, I was just an achiever. It was driven. And I also like to believe I was a dreamer. And being a dreamer, like, I was the person who stared outside the window and, like, since middle school or high school, who planned my life, and my life was going to look this way, and I was going to do these things, and I dreamed and I saw them as real things. And so being that way, being a goal achiever, I knew after high school, I'm going to do this. After this, I'm going to do that. And I had these plans in my head. And as you guys know, now that we're all, grown up, you know that you can plan these things and you can dream these things, and it doesn't quite turn out exactly how you want it, but I have to say that I accomplished most versions of what I wanted to be true. So when the autism diagnosis came, my first son, my planned son, my child that my husband and I both want, got this diagnosis, I was just like, this is not supposed to happen. And what's so strange is that, like, when you first heard of autism, before you even had a kid with autism, it wasn't just one of those things that I was like, oh, well, no, it hit me. And it hit me before I had a kid. And I know a lot of you, maybe not religious or whatever, but it struck my soul. And I was in college, and I remember thinking, I would love my child so much. I would do the very best I could for my child. And it's just like, I think, foreshadowing, or just God or your spirit just getting you prepared. And so even though that struck me before I even had a child, when you get that diagnosis, woo, And what got me, you guys, I stopped dreaming. I stopped dreaming for any future. And not just for my son, because your kid's going to have challenges, but I stopped dreaming for me and for my future and for my husband, and just let life happen. And I'm crying, but I'm not sad. Why I'm sad is that, I'm not sad, but I seem sad, is that because when you stop dreaming, when you stop thinking that, wow, I'm going to have that house and I'm going to be able to go into a store and get what I want, when you stop hoping or wishing for better or different or for more, it can rob you of your life. And I found myself just taking it, taking whatever the doctor said, whatever teacher said, and just, even though I was very lucky, because you guys, you know how it is to have support from your family and friends, and I had support from my family. But when you give up that hope, that dream, you guys, if you have given up that hope and dream, and I ask you to ask yourself, that's the point of this video, I beg you to start dreaming again. Because even though medical science may have, yeah, you know it. You know, medical science may have a view of what's going to happen for us and our children, but I think we owe it to ourselves and to our children to have a different view. I think we owe it to ourselves to still dream, to want, to hope, and to make things happen. And how do you get there? So this is what happened. So I became passionate again. I got my passion again. And I did so through health and fitness, right? So I've been like kind of active, and you know how you do, you try to lose the baby weight and things like that. And I got to the point where all the cute little stores I wanted to go to in the junior section I wanted to shop in, I could still do good for the tops, but I could not fit those bottoms no matter what. At least I couldn't fit them the way I wanted to, respectively, right? And I was into the into my section the stores say I should be in, and I just didn't feel myself. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't know who I was, and I just kind of lost my mojo, you guys. And I said, okay, I'm going to get back in shape. Now, I have always been a person who wanted to work out at home, and not just home, like say in my house, but I would go hit the trails. I love finding a park. I love being outdoors, you guys. I mean, this may come across as overly religious, but when I'm walking outside, that's when I talk to God. That's when I appreciate beauty. That's when I get my inspiration. That's why I just, from the smallest little things you can notice, and it takes me back to that hope that I used to have when I was younger. And I remember as a kid staring out the school bus or waiting at a park bench, and I was always an observant one, that I could notice a squirrel, I could notice the smell of cut grass, I could notice the little things and appreciate them. And that's when I did my vision or my dreaming. So when I reconnected with health and fitness, getting into the parks and going out walking and things like that, not only did it make me feel energetic, it made me feel great, it also helped me reconnect with my dreaming. And so I began to connect those two, health and fitness, spirituality, and also desire. And so on days when I couldn't hit the playground or park and I couldn't go walking because of the weather, I would do it indoors, but it wasn't quite the same as far as being on the treadmill. I found myself going back into some old videos, exercise videos that I did in high school and graduate school and stuff like that. And I realized it wasn't necessarily just being out in the park, but it was me connecting my physical being with my mental energy and my goal and my desire to achieve. And so health and fitness took it there for me, you guys, and I got so into it, not to the fact that into it for six-pack abs and bikinis and stuff like that. I still wear a one piece. That's just me. I mean, you can wear whatever you want, but it made me believe in myself again. And with that desire in myself, that belief in myself made me better for my children. It made me not just, I know what they would say at the doctor's appointments. I know what they would say. And I would come home and I would look my son and I look my kids in the eye and I believed in them. And you guys, it paid off, because my son, my oldest, both, I have two children with autism, you guys, as a background, but my oldest has done things that they thought he could never do. My oldest have made me very proud to be his mom. And I believe, he has a hard enough time with his disability that he needs the very best mom he can have. So me getting my energy back and belief back and my hope and my ability to dream, not just for him, but also for me and for my family, it has made a positive difference in my life. So I want to share that with you guys. That's why I created my page. That's why I got into fitness coaching. I was a successful chiropractor. Um, thank you. I was a successful chiropractor. I have patients who get well under my care, and I work for people. And I've been very fortunate to be able to get jobs anytime I need. And as far as flexibility of my schedule, I've been very fortunate. And I always said to people, I love being a chiropractor, but the thing I love most about being a chiropractor is not just moving a bone, which makes someone feel better, but the fact that I can make people feel better. And I mostly helped a lot by identifying what they needed and actually getting them better. And it's mostly words, guys, because physically, yes, I can, bring down a spasm and heal a sprain or help an ache. But a lot of our pain that gives us physical pain is emotional pain, you guys. And I'm telling you this not as some kind of guru, but as a doctor of medicine, I'm telling you this, that emotional pain can cause physical pain. And so many people out there, you guys, we don't believe in ourselves anymore. We do not dream anymore. And I used to be that way. And what changed me is my dedication to health and fitness and promoting positivity and dreaming and hope and aspiration and good thoughts to other autism parents who think that other people are going to have a great time and live their life and life is over for us. That's not true. Our kids may not play baseball or maybe not sing in the choir with the other kids, and maybe they will, because I have an autism parent whose son can do almost anything. He amazes me. So I'm just saying, we can't just give up. Our life may be a little bit different than what we originally hoped for, but not different bad. And the same God who made our children, who made us with all our ability, is the same one who wants them to have everything. And so my goal is to make sure that any parent that I can reach, that I can talk to, who needs not only just a kind word, but to develop a belief and to move and to get better and to make better and to give better and believe in yourself and not just wallow in sadness. You deserve more and your children deserve more, and I think we can do it. I really do. I feel like I'm equipped to help people because of my struggle and coming out of what I went through. And I struggle still. I mean, everybody doesn't have a great time, but I do my best to use the tools I develop, which is clean health, fitness, a solid nutrition, love, and I work on positivity. I work on belief. I work on doing as well as I can for others. And I work on believing in myself. And I believe that I can help people with that. So hence why I developed the page. Now, my defining factor, what I want you to do, if you guys need help, I want you guys to comment below and to let me know how I can help you or how you think that you need to change to make things better for you. If you've given up on dreaming, what were the dreams that you had? And even though they may look different now, I believe in not just thinking it, but doing stuff. I believe in developing a 12-step action plan and to be very goal-oriented to getting there. We may not be able to help our kids talk, and I believe we can actually. Call me a dreamer, but I believe that we can. I never give up on that. What do we need to do to accomplish this? What new resources have we found? What can we do? It may not sound like we want it to sound, but even these screams and clicks and gurgles, they're communicating. And I want our kid to know that we are listening, that we didn't give up on that. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I hope you guys will take me up on our offer. Let's become a community of doers and believers and dreamers, and let's make each other, and let's you believe that you can be and have as much as you deserve to have. Now, I've overcome many obstacles. I've overcome self-doubt, which is the largest obstacle. I was saddened, of course, by my kids' diagnosis, but the greatest thing I overcome is not their diagnosis, is that my belief that that diagnosis limit my life and their life and what we could have. I just need to have a bigger vision, because God plans and God want for you, and this is how I believe, is bigger than what we imagine. So in my small thinking, that I'm going to have a husband, 3 kids, and a picket fence and nice interiors in my home is too small. It's smaller than what God wants for me. And I believe that now, you guys. And I believe that we have to have a bigger vision and be open for more and not settle. And that's one of the most difficult things that I have overcome. And doing so, I mean, I feel like we can openly discuss our problems, openly discuss our fears, and push past that, because all it is fear, and fear is a limiting factor. So what one of the interview questions, it says to say what ticked you off. What ticked me off is people who quit. I might stop, I might pause, I might maybe temporarily look for another path, but I won't quit. I'm not going to quit on my son. And I don't have to worry. You know what I found about other autism parents? We don't quit on our kids. We quit on ourselves. We quit on believing that we can have a partner who loves us. We quit on believing that we can be contributing to our community because our sons are disabled. We quit on believing that life is going to be any different but one sad story. We quit on believing that we're going to be able to run with our children. We quit on believing that they're going to have, we're never going to quit. Stephanie, you know I love you. We never are going to quit. And don't quit on whatever it was that made you as a little girl that you thought that you were going to have, that you dreamed for. Do not quit on your dreams. In fact, if you think, oh, well, I got the husband, he good, and I got my kids, we good, then you are not dreaming bigger enough and better. Change it. And every 3 months, have a new goal in mind that's going to help you get what you want, and be bigger and better each time. And whatever it is, if you saw yourself as running a business, run a business. You know, we don't have capital. You may not have resources and funds. Develop a way. And so that's the only thing that ticks me off. I don't normally. I really don't really get that angry, I should say. It makes me sad. I don't want people to give up on themselves. What keeps me up at night is the next part. What keeps me up at night is when I don't do what I know I'm supposed to do. You ever get a feeling, and I mean, I don't know, everybody is different, but you ever feel like God told you to do something and you just, you like, God, I know that's not what you want to say because I'm not doing that. Whenever I get that feeling, and you guys, it's easy for us to stay in our shell. We got every excuse in the book. I've given so many excuses to my old group of friends that they stopped inviting me because we had every excuse in the book why we can't and won't and didn't want to come. But you guys, when things hurt the most, the things that are the most difficult to do is what you're supposed to be doing. And when something hits your spirit, and I like to believe when God is telling me to do something, to be still or to not go this way or to want more, to study more, to work harder. And I'm like, God, I can't take that class. I'm busy as it is. I mean, for an example, I recently became a medical examiner for the state, actually federal medical examiner, and I didn't want to. I was already pretty, satisfied in my career, and I believe my want, what I do with you guys with Autism Parents Care, I'm busy, right? And of course, I told you I do fitness coaching. I have people that I coach online, a community of people, and I feel responsible for them. And so I'm already busy. So when this opportunity came and someone told me, look, I need you to do this, I think you can, I had every excuse in the book. Are you kidding me? I got boys, I'm busy, I can't. But I, again, got that feeling. I'm supposed to do this. Why? Why? But I did it. And then when you are obedient, things work out the best way it can for you. And it's God trying to reward you or trying to steer you, as I believe, into the right direction. So when things seem insurmountable, because you have so much going on, and yet one more thing comes and you quickly, by reason, want to say no, sometimes I believe that is your destiny, that is God's plan, and things that are difficult, sometimes you just need to make it happen. So long story boring, I am a federal certified medical examiner in addition to my other things, and it was hard and it took time. But somehow it was meant to be, and I was able to, study for it and pass it, and it was meant to be. So that's the thing I want you guys to know, is that when you don't do what you're supposed to do, it can keep you up at night. And that feeling of accomplishment also can give major relief, because you become more valuable in your workplace, more valuable period. And that value, God wants not just, you should believe in yourself, but it's important also to be valued in your job or valued in whatever position you find yourself in. Now, I mean, to be quite honest, I would give it all up because I just want to be with my kids. And although that may not pay financially, it does pay me emotionally. So again, that's my why. And you guys, hi Alejandra, that's my sister-in-law. You guys, now you hear, this is my why. This is why I have this page. This is why I do what I do. And I just want the best for all of you guys. I want you guys to not give up on your dreams. I want you to be that little girl you were, playing, imagining, hoping for better and for more, and not just small things. I don't care if you just hope that you owned a castle one day. I want you to keep on dreaming and keep on wanting and just be the very best you can be. And so thank you guys for tuning in. Again, please like the page and join our group, which is also by the same name. And we have an open discussion there. And it's awesome because we all do our best to try to help each other. And I do have a fitness group coming up next week. It's a free group. It's going to be Carve Your Abs for October. So if you guys are like me, I love this season. I love cookies, cakes, and candy and things like that. But before we just let it all loose for Halloween, let's do a clean eating fit challenge, totally free. Carve Your Abs is starting next Monday, and I'll be happy to add any of you guys. Comment you want in or send me a private message, and we're going to have a great time. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Alejandra. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you, Jennifer. I will definitely comment back to you, Jennifer, and thank you so much.